Hi, everybody. We are today on episode number 6. So, we are discussing intermediate level exercises, as you know, and today it's for the hip joint. Now, these exercises can prevent your hip from getting strains, tendinopathies, and bursitis. You are trying to make it more stronger with these exercises, and we're also trying to stretch it out and keep them in good flexibility and good shape. All right, so let's get started with a couple of them. Okay, so by now you guys know there is nothing without a warm up. So let's get started with a stretch warm up first. As you can see in the video, we are starting with keeping our leg on top of the bed. We are trying to get the stretch on the outer side of the hip and the back side of the hip. With the stretch, once you've placed your leg on the bed, just move forward. When you are bending forward, be mindful of bending from your lower back and not slouching forward, just so that you get a better feel of the stretch. A pulling sensation is just perfect. Now, you could also do a range of motion exercise as your warm up. So, as you see in this video, he is doing a hip range of motion exercise. This is a complete rotation. When you're doing the rotation, again, discussing about the posture, you want to keep looking forward and you want to keep your back straight. Once you do that, you are going to go clockwise and anti-clockwise on either sides. Okay, so yeah, I did mention about these exercises being intermediate level, but this one that you see on your screen, this could be done at beginner's level as well. However, it's not on just the beginning point, but you could introduce it later on. So you're basically doing hip thrusts. But when you do these hip thrusts, you need to make sure that you're weight bearing on the heels of your foot. This way, we engage more of our thigh and the hip muscle that are weaker. So, we're talking about your hamstrings, your glutes. So, we want to make sure that you are lifting it as high as possible, but you're still keeping the whole spine in line with your thigh. Do not make a dome out of this. You are just keeping them in line and hold it for say about 10 seconds, and you're repeating these as many number of times as you can, just not overdoing it. Let's not do like a 50 or 60 reps at the same time. All right, so next up is the strengthening of your hip muscles. These muscles are in front of your hip joint, your thigh. So you're trying to do a simple knee bending movement, but also bending your hip upwards. So when you do this, this is going to improve your stride, your running and walking, because we want more force coming out of the muscle, right? So when you do this, you could use ankle weights, you could use machine, a pulley system that he's using here. You could also use exercise band for it. When you do this exercise, you are trying to make sure that you're standing straight. So if the weight is too much, you are pretty much going to wobble or move your spine in directions, which is absolutely wrong, correct? So we want to make sure that we are doing the weight that still keeps us steady and keeps our posture good and aligned. Okay, so this is one exercise that's missed all the time. People strengthen everything. I've seen they strengthen the front, the back, the buttock, the hamstring, but they miss out on the side muscle here, this muscle, you would be surprised, can also control your stairs. So some of us who have pain on stairs, voila. So when you do this exercise, again, the same weights apply. You could do exercise bands as well. When you put this on the ankle. Now, when you put it on ankles, it makes it actually a higher level. If you want to make it easier, you put it above the knee, right? You might have seen people put exercise band loop around the thigh area. But as I said, we are on intermediate level here, okay? So all you're gonna do is move the whole leg straight outside. So when you move it to the outer side, lifting it up, you don't want to lean on the other side. That means your spine is straight. Try to control that. Don't lean on to the opposite side from your upper body. So preferably, please do it in front of a mirror to get a feedback, or you could have someone around you just to guide you. Now, as I mentioned, yep, a lot of us do this. This is for your buttocks. You are doing the same way. I'm trying to go in the same pattern, so it's kind of easier for us to drive through all the directions. But you can tie it in the ankle, or you could tie it on the hip area as well to make it easier. So when you tie it on the ankle, you're just going with a backward movement, a back kick. When you do the back kick, here is the important part. You do not bend your knee. When you bend your knee, you're now switching to a different muscle. So I would suggest you try to keep your knee as straight as possible, and you can hold on to something in front just again to keep your posture upright. Support your spine there, right? Don't try to go compensating by moving forward, sideways, and all the other trick movements, okay? So we are here at the end of the session. We are going to end it with a cool down. So when you do the stretch, you are doing this particular stretch for the front of your hip muscle. This muscle needs to be stretched out. Very important for people who have back pain as well, who have hip pain as well. This exercise can make your pelvis more aligned, okay? So when you do this stretch, you are just lying down on a folded knee. You're going to place one of it and go as far forward as you can, and then you're trying to feel more stretch on the leg that is at the back and extended. You're going to do both the sides, of course, and you're doing 3 reps both sides, holding 30 seconds each. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep me posted if you have any comments, if you have any reviews for me, if you would like to have any updates. Please hit the subscribe button and stay in touch.